Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm here to do some more articles for you all. If you want to know what article I'm reading this from, it is ourblackgirls.com. Okay, I will be seeing where their bodies are located at or if they deceased or not. I will be breaking down the codes as well, okay? So we'll be talking about Aletha, Aletha, Joe Williams, 25. May have been killed by friends with his husband, okay? So they're about sister wives right here. And Aletha, I think they put her to sleep with like the Aletha things that be in the government, okay? So this is an update though. Okay, they say it's update. Update. According to reports, 20 years after Aletha Joe Williams went missing, it had been determined that one of her best friends, Michael Vincent, murdered her. Aletha's mother, Cindy Williams, told reporters that her daughter befriended Vincent and his wife. Vincent's, she said I had it right the first time. Vincent's brother was in police's crosshairs throughout the investigation and had even been arrested for obstruction of justice. Aletha's remains have not been located. I offer my sincere condolences to Aletha Joe Williams' family. Okay, the original story. If speculation is to be believed as truth, then Aletha Joe Williams may no longer be alive. True, okay, she's not. She said she do not know where she is. She said she do not know where her body is at, okay? It is in a somber way to begin her story, but the investigation into the disappearance has been a long one that has caused investigators to ask more questions than receive answers when we close the book on this case. Exactly when Aletha went missing is unclear, as agency lists her last date of contact as March 6, 2002. Although she wasn't reported as a missing person until May of that year, however, authorities think she may have been missing as early as November 2001, making that last date of contact questionable. She's saying yes. According to the Utah Department of Public Safety, Aletha Joe Williams was last seen on the corner of 1700 South and West Temple in Salt Lake City. The National Missing and Unidentified Person System stated that Aletha dropped off her personal belongings at a relative's home and said she would be back later after visiting a friend's house. And no, somebody else dropped her belongings off. That's why it took forever for them to report it. There was reportedly no indication that she intended to leave permanently, especially considering Aletha Joe Williams was 6 months pregnant at the time and had a young son. Okay, see how she looked it around that time. It has also been reported that Aletha struggled with substance abuse and had even been convicted of crimes tied to drugs and stolen property charges. This is what they charged her with, okay, the people that killed her. She was known to disappear for short periods of time because of her addiction, but Aletha never stayed away too long and would always reach out to her family. Whether good or bad, give us some closure so that we might be able to get over this and get past this and bring her home, said Aletha's sister, Lovian Ortega, in 2014. I think somebody did something to her, added stepfather Rick Martin said. She wouldn't just disappear and not come back around, not this long. Over a decade after Aletha Joe Williams vanished, investigators reportedly took another look at her case and spoke with a man named Ricky Lee Vincent. It was in 2014 that he was charged with felony obstruction of justice after authorities believed that he knew more about Aletha than he was telling. I'm not getting no information about him, okay? Ricky Lee Vincent was not believed to be actively involved in her disappearance, but police had a suspect that was later revealed to be Ricky's brother, Michael Vincent. The obstruction charges were later dropped, but eyes were still on the person of interest. This is Ricky Lee Vincent. I do not. As detectives re-examined Aletha's case, they spoke with witnesses who shared that according to the word on the street, The 25-year-old has been murdered. One of Aletha's best friends was a woman named Wendy, and Wendy just happened to be Michael Vincent's wife. Vincent was well known to the authorities as his criminal history included instances of domestic violence, drug charges, and assault. It is unclear what evidence initially pointed authorities in his direction, but it reported that Vincent's daughter illegally told police that the day Aletha Jo Williams went missing, he was covered in blood. I'm hearing yes, he is involved, okay? Vincent's significant other also claimed that he said he had killed a black woman and cut her fingertips off after the murder. I'm hearing a mask, okay? Clearly from the description, he was guilty of some sort of violent crime. Just the description of the blood on his body and a large number of scars on his arms and neck, said Jason Jensen, an investigator with the Utah Cold Cases Coalition. No charges was filed against Vincent or anyone else in connection to this case. In July 2021, Michael Vincent reportedly killed during a domestic violence incident, taking whatever secrets he may have had about this case to his grave. I feel like it's about Marv James, and he's just wearing a white man face mask, okay, from the Devil Book, okay. But I don't know. This is Aletha Jo Williams as a child, so she could have been kidnapped as a child, or they could be me in that picture. I don't know. At the time of her disappearance, Aletha Jo Williams stood 5 feet 2 inches tall to 5 feet 4 inches tall and weighed anywhere between 100 to 145 pounds. She had black, dark brown hair and brown eyes. Both of her ears were pierced, but she was not known to wear earrings often. They don't like pierced ears. Aletha's tongue was also pierced. She had discoloration. They don't like piercing on your body either. She had discoloration on an unknown part of her head and a scar on the left side of her face. She had a tattoo of the name Sean on her right wrist, and there may have been a removed tattoo on her right forearm. Aletha will be 45 years old at the time of this publication. Anyone with information about this case is urged to contact the Salt Lake City Police Department at 801-799-3565 or 801-799-3000 or their local authorities. They may also leave anonymous tips by texting the keyword TIP-SLCPD plus the information they have to crimes, capitalized 274637. The agency case number is 02-79626. Please share this story about Aletha Jo Williams to help reignite the investigation into her disappearance and bring resolution to this case. She is our sister and her life matters, okay? So if y'all want to work on this case, y'all can hit them numbers. I'm not doing this for fame. This is what I love to do, and I'm not asking for no money. I'm out. Peace.